Welcome, everybody. I am Jabby Kaway, joined by the lovely, funny, talented, super energetic SYNTELL Kaway.
Yo, what's cracking, baby?
And we're going to watch a movie together. This is called Devotion. Much like what we feel about this craft. Y'all have no idea what we've been going through today. What I've been going through since I got like 4 hours of sleep because of this setup that I did. Y'all can't see like what we see. It's a craziness. So anyway, Devotion. Not to trivialize what we're about to engage in with this film. So I'm very excited to watch this. You guys, thanks so much for joining. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're seeing a cut down version of our reaction because we can only show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. However, if you want to watch the whole thing, not a limited amount, the whole thing uncut, uninterrupted, the entire reaction, you got to go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabbyKaway, or become a member of this channel so you get access to the full reaction, but you will need your own copy of the film. We are watching this through Paramount Plus. This way you can open up the movie in an adjacent window to our reaction. We give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown sync, and it'll be like you're watching it with 2 of your favorite pals from the internet. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, vote this up. And if you're already on Patreon or memberships, thanks so much for supporting us here. Really appreciate y'all. You are awesome. Yeah, everybody else is awesome too, but just, the patrons and the supporters. People, Anyway, all right, we're gonna watch the movie. Here we go.
You the transfer?
Lieutenant Tom Hudner.
Jesse Brown.
It's good to meet you.
Not awkward. Not weird at all.
Good to see you, Bill.
Good to see you. Gents, this is Tom Hudner. We were in Pensacola together. Hell of a stick.
Hell of a pretty face, too.
Almost too pretty. You boys sound lonely.
Kenning, you got Mooring. Lavery, you got Good. Ensign Brown.
Sir.
You've got Lieutenant Hudner today.
Yes, sir.
Have fun.
Mats, you can take Callaway. All right.
What's that about?
I know it feels a bit like a little hazing, little hazy-ish with hazing.
Really warm out for a war, Cap. It's part of my kit. Never know when you'll need it.
Those are still awesome planes. Like, I know they're old and we got these cool, super-powered jet planes, but that old school design is still classic.
Yeah.
We're taking a slight detour on the way home. Try to keep up. Say again?
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's risky.
Wow.
That's some dumb shit right there. That's dumb.
How about I buy you a beer?
Plenty to talk about.
Sounds nice, Lieutenant. But I don't drink.
They was like, they've all been through it. I like that. All right.
Say hello to the F4U Corsair. Flew the Hog a little after the war.
Now, this is a plane that will get your hands dirty. You're going to be so close to the action.
And I gotta mention, she's got a rather unfortunate nickname. The Widowmaker.
Ugh.
Wow.
CAG wants us up to speed and fast. Take him up with the good Professor Kenning here.
All right. Ooh, she looks pretty mean, huh?
The F4 Corsair, huh? Looks big as compared to the previous ones they were in.
Uh-oh. What now? Oh, never mind. He's his buddy.
Tom Hudner.
Daisy. Can I get you something to drink?
I'm sure.
Play nice.
I don't know about him yet.
I am not mad at that cautious optimistic.
What could he want from him? Like, why so cautious?
Well, he doesn't want, I don't think he wants anything. It's just when you're in his position, you just have to tread lightly. You have to be more observant than everybody else.
Yeah.
She's not gonna bite.
I'm really enjoying the style of the movie so far.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's not really going that Top Gun route, actually.
But once you have learned how they accomplished these victories and know how that it takes
Aerial violence. I don't think I've ever heard that term before.
In enabling fighters to protect other fighters. In winning engagements that may mean the losing or the saving of a carrier.
I'm Captain Thomas Sisson, and I command the USS Leyte. Now, we have learned that the Soviets are jockeying for a warm water port in the Mediterranean. We are crewing up to keep the Cold War from turning hot, and Savoli here tells me this is the best place to do so. We ship out next week.
You can't land a Corsair on the Leyte. You get yourself a nice dry land job in Topeka or someplace even shittier, God help you. Either way, start settling up your bar tab, boys.
We are
Yo, that's got to be
Island.
terrifying. Carrier landings? Ugh. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, when I played Top Gun on Nintendo, I never landed. Same thing. Same pressure. Could never land on the carrier.
My mind's on landing that Corsair tomorrow.
You never met a plane you couldn't land, Jesse.
This plane will be the death of me. I can't see like I can off the back cat. Folks, my instincts.
Your instincts are one of the few things in this world that I trust. And if you can't trust that plane, then you gotta put it in whatever it gets you down safe.
You ain't never landing that plane, nigga. Your monkey ass shouldn't even be flying.
What? How did they do that? That is some movie magic.
Yeah, that almost got me fired up. Do whatever you got to do to land that plane, my guy.
Yeah. No, I felt that. I definitely felt that.
Yeah.
But I'm still like caught up on like how the hell did they do that shot? That was some. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it went from the mirror, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of pushed out and around. Yeah. We'll talk about that. Croissant point.
You don't see that very often. What they just showed us.
I don't think I've seen it. At least not like that.
That's Hudner.
The eyes on those Navy guys to be able to just spot the decal numbers on those planes from that far away, boy, that is a talent. You got to have a massive set on you to do that shit.
Yeah.
Like a massive.
I'm coming back around. Crash crew, stand by.
Whoa.
Damn.
Whoa.
You're still too high, Brown.
This guy's job. Oh my gosh.
My man is rooting them on, though.
Yeah, I know,
Come on.
right? It's like, please, for the love of God, just do this right. There you go.
Top marks go to Lieutenant Hudner with the only perfect grade. Enjoy tonight, boys. We ship out in the morning. And now is the time, if you haven't already, get all your affairs in order.
That's grim. Damn.
Real, though. Yeah,
That's
right?
grim. Oh my
That's
God.
a pail of cold water in your face, Grim.
Nice to see you again.
You as well?
Whoa. Which one do you like?
Yo, like on all the people were watching him from the deck. Like, I don't know if that's like more positive or more pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're rooting for him.
Yeah.
It's one of us. But like, it's also pressure. Because he's representing all of them.
Here you are.
Yeah. But it kind of brings home that statement when they were like, what do they think is Jackie Robinson?
Yeah.
You know, coming up to hit.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, your husband's quite the aviator.
Well, he must feel the same way about you. Because you and Carol Mooring are the only boys from Fighting 32 that he has ever invited over.
It's good to know the menu.
Second he steps on that ship and into that plane, I can't protect him anymore. So I need you to be there for my Jesse.
Okay.
I don't think she wants to embarrass you.
This little girl did not want to be on set ever.
She might hold the stick better.
Baby's always, you can always tell where the mama's at because that's where the babies always look.
I know it's our last night here, so I'll let you all enjoy it together.
In real
Thank you
life.
again for the drink.
No, I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
You know you can always come back here and wave to me. I'm only 5,000 miles that way.
Yo, I can't believe he's only 32.
He carries it like a grizzled vet.
Yeah, he seems like he's been around for 80 years.
Right? Yeah. It's like he seems like such a like an old soul.
How do you run in that kind of... I'd be so afraid of eating shit.
Yeah,
Like
you and me both, man. Because of that little lip in between the portal doors. That
Exactly.
you know.
You don't seem to understand is that someday soon this is going to be real. And you have to do a hell of a lot better than that.
Ensign Brown. Good to speak to you for a moment.
Oh, what? Oh, so he's like a symbol now? Is that what?
Life magazine is here. What better way than black man makes good? Does make a nice trophy, boy. You ought to be proud, Skip.
Shut up, Bo.
Yeah, you sound stupid.
Commanding officer calls you one of the best pilots he's ever seen, regardless of color. It must be hard being the
A naval aviator? Absolutely. Landing planes on carriers, it's the toughest job there is for anyone wearing wings.
All right.
I worked hard to fly these planes. That's all I've ever wanted to do. Harder than I can put into words.
Can we get a few more pictures of Jesse in his plane?
Oh, no, I got to get my pilots back to work.
It'll just take a minute, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Commander, have a nice day.
I'm glad he's got his back.
Yeah.
Hey, caught you the circus act up on deck.
Oh, man.
You knew it was gonna happen.
We should have stood up to that asshole.
Good, Tom.
My man's got some guns on him. Jesus. Look at them arms. I gotta get back to the gym.
Maintenance has replaced a gyro on one of the Corsairs and need a volunteer to make sure all is working well. It's just a quick up and down.
I'll do it.
All right. If you don't mind, Lieutenant. Leverage right for once.
Of course I'm right.
I could use a trap.
All yours?
Kyle here mooring.
Mooring it is.
Remember, he's the only other one that's been in his home. That's in Jesse's home.
217 to tower. Gyro seems to be in working order. Copy that. Return to carrier. Ensign mooring, your approach is shallow. I'm correcting.
What is it?
Crash crew, stand by. Crash crew, stand by.
Oh, no. Come on. Really?
Go around, pal.
Ease it on mooring.
Oh, it just looks bad from there, and I don't even know what I'm looking at. Oh, no.
Port on the power too damn fast.
Damn. I mean, he could still be alive, though. Damn.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Let's be real clear. We lost a friend, and that is not easy. The Navy's gonna do what the Navy does, but,
I'll write his family. Send them his things.
Jeez.
Carol hadn't been in the water 5 seconds before you were talking about what he could have done better.
Yep.
We all make mistakes. That could have been me. That...
What's the one thing they told us about the Corsair?
Remind me, what's the one thing they told us about the Corsair?
You can't punch the throttle. Mistakes get us killed, Jesse. You don't die if you do what you're told.
I agree with Jonathan Majors. Like not even 5 seconds in the water, and he already was like correcting him. Like, dude.
Time and place, right?
I used to fly in the Bearcat. I could land it on my front yard if I had to. With the Corsair, I can't see anything. Hard to believe that the LSO won't crash my black ass on purpose. Can't tell you how many times people have told me to give up, quit, die even. That's why you can't always do what you're told. If I did, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we are docking in Cannes for a little shore leave. Our foreigners in a foreign city, and you look the part, so please, Marty, please, dear God, don't do anything stupid.
This is trippy, dude. This is 5 years before my dad was born.
I can't lie. I've always wanted to go to Cannes. Or Canes, however you pronounce it.
Cannes.
I gotta find something for Daisy. I'll catch up.
All right. Hey, don't forget the lacy bits.
Funny.
Lacy bits? What's that about?
You know, you gotta get something a little nasty for your lady. Bring it back. The lacy bits.
And who's your friend?
He with me.
Ensign Jesse Brown. I'm a naval aviator.
Oh, they let colored folks be pilots these days.
Oh my God.
I have to run, dear, but you and your wingman should join us at the casino later. I like pie.
I'm sure you've noticed, but...
Just wear something smart. And you tell them Elizabeth invited you.
That's like getting the green light from the baddest woman on the planet at that time. Yeah. Bruh.
We were invited.
I am certain you were not.
Elizabeth Taylor. Please. I believe she...
Leave now.
Jesse. Monsieur, madame Elizabeth Taylor l'a dit. Vous avez entendu parler d'elle?
This way.
Wow. Kill him with kindness and respect. Yo, my man speak French too?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, looky Lou. Fighting 32.
You came.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, take a seat. I could use some fresh luck anyway.
I'm loving their nonverbal cues with him.
Yeah.
With Tom and Jesse.
Come on. Time to call it a night, Bubba.
Oh, he gonna be a problem later on.
Yeah.
Sir, whiskey, and then whatever my friend's having.
Je vais prendre de la bière en ginger beer.
Ginger beer, huh?
Yeah. Look on his face.
I just want to go home with this having meant something.
Well, you just keep it up with Miss Liz Taylor. And it just might.
Yeah, man, stay focused, my guy.
Will you be safe out there? Would you?
Yes.
Being handsome helped me land Daisy. We're gonna need a different approach. How about you're an American aviator in France?
That's a hell of a card.
C'est moi? Permet.
Sorry.
It's okay. Just say bonjour.
Bonjour.
Yo, I had something going with Liz before y'all showed up.
I think she's married.
Something funny sideshow?
Oh, go grab the wings, though.
Yeah, but you won't be if I'm coming with you.
Oh, the wings. You right.
Yeah, get the wings. Okay, he did get the wings. Okay.
Hunter, thank you. You were hunting for a fight, though.
Defending my wingman.
Yeah, he don't understand the repercussions that's gonna come from that.
Mr. Brown. Squadron of 1.
I missed the part where he twisted his ankle.
Yeah, I think when he went to grab the wings, I think.
I will lead the fight in 32. We will take out the anti-aircraft in Sinuju City. Don't shoot or bomb anything on the Chinese side of the river unless you want to be personally responsible for starting another world war.
God.
I need everyone sharp.
This is complicated.
Be smart. Be ready.
It was a very dark set for that scene, but it sets the tone though.
Say that one more time.
I was saying how dark the set was for that scene, but it needed to set the tone.
Yeah.
They do a really good job of hiding the practical effects with the CG. Oh. Whoa. That's a jet.
Take good leverage. Stay on the. We're on it. Jesse, break left. So is this guy. Roger that.
Yo, a jet against propeller planes?
Landslide.
Well, the squad got their first kill.
Good hit. Rear bridge is down. Coming back around. Slight lead. We've got AA coming from the Chinese side. Time to bug out. Roger that. 205. I still have ordnance. I can hit the bridge. It's too much AA. 211. Stand down.
Oh.
Down. That's an order.
Jesse, what's going on with you, my guy?
AA, is that like automatic ammunition? What does that mean?
Anti-aircraft. Anti-aircraft rounds. Yeah, what you're undermining
authority. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are all still on standby, but everybody go get yourselves cleaned up for some chow.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you gotta.
Let's go, boys. Let's get some food.
You gotta pull your coattail and ask, you know, what was that?
Here's the mission report. Sit down.
Uh-oh, where's this headed?
The real battle in all of life is being someone that people can count on. And that isn't defined in a single moment. You earn that with a lifetime of showing up. These conflicts, they don't define you, Tom. You don't want them to. Trust me. Go get something to eat.
Some sage advice.
Yeah, it's very different from what I was expecting.
What's the most important thing?
Bring him home.
You did.
Look how modest the Coke was back then.
Back then, it probably still had real coke in it too, like real cocaine.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Why can't we have that? Uh-oh. What's up? Whoa, whoa.
Looks like the mission report said I ignored my commanding officer's orders.
But you know how this stuff works. I only wrote down what happened.
I'm glad that's what you saw it, Lieutenant.
What difference does it make? We got the job done.
Insubordination. That's what they're putting in my fitness report.
No, it's Foley's got to understand that.
It's coming from above Savoli, Tom. Skipper's already read it.
I need your help with something. Testimonies from the guys saying how the mission was complicated and you did the right thing. Fix whatever mark they put in your report. I'm sticking my neck out for you.
Sticking your neck out with a piece of paper? That paper cost you nothing. Nothing.
Oh boy.
What do you want me to do?
Just be my wingman. Forget the lifesaver and get in the damn water! Please, Tom!
We were waiting for you back in the wardroom, but you never showed. Bunch of us brothers across the ship been talking. Heard you had some real good shooting yesterday, and we just want to let you know we see you.
Wow.
Bunch of us chipped in back in Kang.
What's your name, sailor?
Fambro.
Jesse.
That's cool, man.
Tell the brothers I appreciate it.
Okay.
I always knew you'd make it, but it is damn good to see you, Jesse. Although I wish you were under better circumstances.
Good to see you, pal.
Take care of yourself, Mississippi.
2 big doses of perspective.
I hope this letter reaches you in time because I wanted to be the first to wish you a very happy birthday. I know it's hard to plan a party from across the world, but I thought of something fun we might be able to do together. Grab Pam. Got something for her too.
It's dark and it's cramped. In this spot we've all been. It's a place for a chick, but not a mean old hen.
Oh, it's a riddle. There's no cell phones back then where you could call them up and be like, yo, I can't find the shit you said. No text message. No Google.
No Google, right? Yeah, especially the Google.
You
can't ask ChatGPT for that.
Yeah. How come they don't make boxes like that anymore? I'm terrible at rapping. Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Just talk to some of those injured soldiers that are arriving. For every 1 Marine, there are 6 Chinese hiding in the woods. Gets below -30 at night.
Goodness.
You know any good prayers?
Come on, we've seen worse than this.
Oh. And he shall answer. Let them take all the credit.
Yeah.
Just let them have all the credit.
Wait till them bullets simmer down a bit. My man got some good ass eyes.
What'd he shout?
Did you see that? That's a Negro pilot. I'm like, you got some great eyes, because there's no way I'd have been able to see that.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, how did you see it? But maybe they slow down enough.
201, you got a swim. I think you're losing fuel.
Go home.
It's not fuel. She's bleeding oil.
Oh no.
She's not staying up in the air much longer.
What?
Let's climb. Find a place to put her down. It could work. Eyes on it.
We're gonna have like a Dunkirk situation?
Canopy back and locked.
Yo, that's gotta be freezing. Jeez.
Oh yeah. Barely.
Once Jesse gets clear, you scuttle that plane. We can't have the Corsair falling into enemy hands.
He's not moving. Come on, Jesse.
Oh, I get what that implies. If he doesn't move, they still have to destroy the plane.
What's he doing? Why isn't he getting out?
We can see the smoke. The Chinese can too.
He's stuck in there. That fire is gonna eat him alive.
Come on, Jesse, get out of there.
You gotta get down there. You just gotta get down there. You got no choice. Go down.
I'm gonna go get Jesse.
There you go.
Tom, you're gonna get yourself killed.
Don't crash your own plane.
I watched Top Gun Maverick. I know how this goes.
Request immediate assistance.
201, you are in hostile airspace. Search and rescue is still estimating 30 minutes out.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. Yo, that was all a one shot, my guy.
Yeah. The debris helps with the transition.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Yo, and they moved the camera, dog. I'm impressed.
Now you gotta go get an enemy plane and fly out.
Yeah, I mean, there might be a Tomcat in a hangar just over that hill.
Yeah. It's like beat for beat, man. In the snow and everything.
Right? That is true. I didn't even think about the snow part, too.
You just ruled a perfectly good course there, Lieutenant. I think that's going in the mission report.
That was a great shot. Well done. Way to pull that off.
Who'd they say's down? 2 Corsairs from VF-32, Lieutenant Hudner and Ensign Brown.
Oh. Head out, man. Take that egg and go.
Tell him I'm
Take
coming.
the egg beater.
Yo, that would like do my head in. That's can you imagine being stuck in that?
Temperature dropping, you're injured.
Should we get you out of here?
Oh,
can we push?
I hate that feeling more than anything. It's just feeling like I can't move, you know?
1,
like I can't go anywhere. Ah! Oh! Oh, man! Shit. Ah. Oh. Oh. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that was too touching. Ah! God damn it. Oh, no.
Oh, here comes the enemy.
They're coming for us.
Shit. Yo, that wasn't no 30 minutes, man. They look like they've been out there for hours.
I bet it feels like days to them.
We got enemy not far away. We gotta work fast.
Don't tell him to go.
Just tell Daisy
Oh, no, dude, no.
how much I love her.
We're getting you out of here.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'll come back for you. Tom, get warm, all right? Coffee down there. We'll get you out of here soon.
Is he gone?
I'm assuming he's gone.
Yeah, yes. There's no way.
We can't get Jesse. The area is totally overrun. Search and rescue is too dangerous. Skipper has asked us to scuttle both planes. Hudner, Doc has grounded you. This is a funeral flight, men. This is your only chance to say goodbye.
Yesterday, we lost a great aviator.
Ensign Jesse Brown. Our country needed Jesse Brown.
No. Yo, I'm in like full on denial mode right now.
Yeah. Wow. Blue Cross, huh? I mean, not the Blue Cross, but the Medal of Honor.
These are yours. I can imagine this is a lot. I can't imagine how you
I'm
must
okay.
I was afraid of coming here today. More afraid that I've been in my life. To face you knowing
Tom, I appreciate what you did. And I hope you know that.
The last words out of his mouth were for you. He said, just tell Daisy how much I love her. I'm sorry I couldn't save him.
I asked you to be there for him. And you were.
I'm going to close now and climb into the rack. But so far as that goes, my heart hasn't been to the earth since the first time you kissed me. I love you forever. Your devoted husband.
Wow, Jesus. Oh. Man.
Huh. Posthumously awarded, okay.
Wow. Jeez.
Oh, wow. I really did enjoy it. You know, I immediately tried to think of like, you can't help but compare, right? So I immediately like went to like Red Tails. I thought this was a more complete story than Red Tails. And then of course, you know, there's the big elephant in the room when you're comparing and it's Top Gun. I wish I'd have saw this before I saw Top Gun. I kind of knew I went into it thinking that though. I was like, you can't go in there with that movie in mind. You have to try and clear your palate.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just Top Gun is such an over the top visual experience when it comes to this type of cinematography. I wasn't completely distracted, but I did have those moments where I was like, you know, it's kind of Top Gun-ish, you know?
Yeah.
That shot is a little Top Gun-ish.
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure.
So, but it wasn't enough to take away from saying that I enjoyed it. It wasn't above anything else that I've ever seen. I wasn't like blown away, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story. It was good enough. How'd you feel?
I thought the story was done as well as you could with this kind of thing. I don't know, man. I think I'm still like letting it sit with me for a second. I was really hoping he was gonna get out, and I'm just sad he couldn't. I didn't know about this dude. I didn't know about these pilots. I didn't know about this battle. This is all new information to me, and I really felt for him, and I was rooting for him to get out, and he just couldn't. And it's like, it's so frustrating because it's like you were right there with him, and there was nothing you could do, and that feeling of helplessness is just like, fuck. I hate that feeling so much. I was touched, man. I don't know if it's a movie I'd ever watch again, but it moved me where it needed to. I thought the pacing was cool. The shot choices were great. The cinematography was really nice. For it being this film that I feel like is probably lower budget than something like, let's say, Top Gun, you know?
Oh, yeah, I think so too.
I thought that it was very, very intelligently handled, enough to convince me I was watching something real for the most part. There were instances where I was like, that looks like CG. But for the most part, I was just sort of wrapped up, enveloped in this story, in this journey. There were some things that are tropes that are associated with this sort of movie. There were some things that happened in here that I was like, I wasn't expecting that. Just as a small example, when his, I don't know if it's called a CO, his commanding officer, was like, I know. Like, he basically tells the pilots, yo, you gotta go incinerate them. And he's looking at, I forgot the name of the white guy.
Tom.
So he's looking at Tom, and he says, I know, and he puts his hand on his face for a second like a father. I'm like, I would have never expected that. I felt for his wife a lot. I was just like, damn, that sucks.
I'll tell you the things I did enjoy. I was hoping that we could get a good story between Jesse and Tom, because I think that relationship is really important regarding, the growth of both of each other's character.
Yeah.
It was interesting because there wasn't like this, there's the enemy right there, this is our antagonist. This wasn't one of those kind of movies. I guess the antagonist or the thing you had to overcome for as far as Jesse, I think, and I may be wrong, and please correct me if I am, is that him maybe realizing that his position is bigger than himself. And like I said, please correct me if I'm wrong, this is just my opinion. Him disobeying orders in order to take down that bridge was more of a me thing for him kind of like dragging his wingman into me, like, well, you should have even filed it to begin with. That was the waters are a little muddy for me regarding this, because in the back of my head I'm like, well, you're in the wrong, my guy. You disobeyed orders directly, and as a result of this is kind of like what's happening. Maybe I'm not supposed to think that, but I'm assuming that when he takes his moment, he goes outside and the brothers that were on the ship and they gave him the watch.
Yeah.
I think his character growth is that it's not about just me, or maybe in that selfish kind of mode where he decided to take the bridge on his own. Yeah. He realized that it was bigger than himself. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm getting, because I'm trying to figure out where our turn for our characters. I know we're kind of getting into baseball regarding like character choices and character arc and all of this other stuff, but I guess I'm a little confused as to how Jesse's character stuck the landing.
Oh, it's a lot of questions you had there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a spew of consciousness is what I'm throwing out without necessarily not a lot of answers.
I disagreed with what Jesse did in that moment. I thought it was incredibly unwise to go back into gunfire like that and risk your life for this bridge. It's like, yo, you're not only is that a bad move, you're on your own. Your commanding officer in that moment told you don't do that. They established that he is the kind of guy that has had to disobey in order to move forward. I still disagreed with that move, because it was like, you got a kid at home, you got a wife at home, like don't take this. You don't need to take this chance. Like, there's just no need for it. It's like, go home to the what do you call it? The ship. What's that called again?
The carrier.
There you go. Go back to the carrier. Afterwards, he got upset with, for the way he was written up in the report, and it's like, you did do that.
Yeah, you did the thing.
Yeah. However, I think that all of that afforded us the opportunity to recognize that had Tom done that, the punishment for him would have been different.
I agree with that. Yes, wholeheartedly. Yes.
Yeah. I think that was part of the point.
Okay.
But I still, it's like, I hear you, but why did you do that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Had it been something where you were supposed to do that, then I guess it's part of his devotion. He's devoted to the mission, the cause, so much so that even if he has to disobey orders, he's devoted to doing it. I don't know. It's in the title, so maybe that was the point. Like, he had a mission, and he carried out the mission successfully. And sometimes you do have to disobey orders in order to get things done. I mean, that's what this country was founded on. I kind of wish they spelled it out for me a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm with you, because we got a clear-cut arc for Tom, and we understood his why. From the word go, he's like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why am I fighting this fight, right? From my taking is that he realizes that his why is to do whatever it is to protect the man beside him, to protect his wingman.
Yeah.
To do the unthinkable. It's not about the glory. There's no glory in crashing next to your friend in order to try and save him. So he didn't make it about himself or what he's trying to find. He's just, I got to get my man back. What his CO was telling him. So I get that, but I'm just having a hard time understanding Jesse's arc. Like, why? I guess I don't understand his why for why he's fighting or why he wants to fly.
He's just,
Or
well, I
why?
mean, the way he said it was he was just passionate about it. Like he just always wanted to fly. The thing is, like he was the only one that did that. He's fallen a little bit from grace for me. Neil deGrasse Tyson talked about how, you know, when he was coming up, people kept trying to push him towards basketball, towards sports, you know, doing these things. And he's like, no, I want to do astrophysics. Like that's what I want to do. And people are like, no, you should do sports, you know, do sports. They kept trying to push it on him. And he's like, no, I want to do astrophysics. And he thankfully didn't listen to anybody. He did what he wanted to do. And he ended up being able to live out his passion. And I think that's sort of the thing here is like Jesse explained it. You know, they put weights in my shit. They put the ice in the water. They wanted to like see me fail. They wanted to see me die, but I didn't listen. You know, I had to disobey orders.
His why is the book. That's his why. I missed it. It just now connected to me. His why is that book of everybody that's doubted him. You're right. I think you're that leads to that. You know, trying to pull him back under the water, trying to do everything, every bad thing that he says, and he confronts his why in the mirror in order to reinforce his why. Okay, my apologies to everybody that's sitting here watching me try to piece together the narrative. Okay, that's more clear to me. I mean, it's a decent choice. It's okay. It's enough to pacify me.
That was a very interesting thing. I was hoping you could actually expand on for me because he was regurgitating everything negative said to him, and I was like, that's a lot of negative to carry with you all the time. Like, and he literally carries it with him physically. It's in his pocket. Like he carries all of that negativity with him. And I guess for him, it's to amp him up, to give him ammunition, as it were. Yeah. It's still like confusing to me because like I would not ever want to repeat the mean things said to me, you know, into the mirror. That kind of tripped me out a little bit.
Yeah, I guess it keeps him grounded. Also, you can't ever forget who you are if that's always going kind of like, well, at least how the world thinks who you are, if without that constant reminder. I'll say one of the things that really stood out to me, there was an amazing shot where you see Tom in his plane and it's way out to this massive wide.
Yeah.
And they're like pushing in on the camera and they're pushing in. They do this amazing blend where I lose the model and then they're in the real practical part and you see Tom and he's putting his stuff on, he's getting everything ready. And then, you know, it goes down and you're with him, with him going down and the brushes and stuff is going by. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this is killing my moment because I'm like, how are they doing this? Then it stops and then the camera, never breaking, pops up off the wing, goes around him and follows him all the way. I was like, oh my God, this is where the budget's at. I mean, if there's any like really big thing that sticks out to me, it's that shot was amazing. That was just a piece of cinema. And I'll be probably YouTubing and Googling like, how in the world did they get that shot off? That was dope.
Like that was the first time we saw him talking in the mirror because the camera was impossibly inside the mirror, right? And then it shifts around and then you see that wall in the mirror there and I'm like, how the hell did they move the set in? Like I started thinking about like those shots are double-edged sword for me because it's like on the one hand I'm like, that is super cool. But then I start thinking about how cool the shot is and for a second I'm like taken out of the emotion. You know what I mean? But I still think it was really, really cool how they pulled it off, especially that first one because it was so subtle. Like, if you're not a film head like us, you might not even catch that kind of thing. It might just go right by you. But I really appreciated some of the simple stuff, some of the simple choices in composition, like when Tom saw all the pilots flying off the ship to go shoot up the Corsairs, and it's just like he's really tiny in the distance and he's looking up at the planes and it's like it gives you this sense of hopelessness for that moment and you feel exactly what he's feeling. Even though you can't see his face, he's just this little thing in the distance, you know? And you feel all of that. In that moment, I wanted what he wanted. I'm like, do it, Tom Cruise. Go get a plane and just fucking go. Just go. You know, it's like, the movie is very anti-Top Gun in that way. It's anti-Hollywood in that way, at least from my perspective, more realistically as to how it would actually go down. I thought Jonathan Majors did a wonderful job as always. There were some instances where I couldn't understand what he was saying. And he was, you know, doing Marlon Brando, and I'm like, I know you're saying something important, and I wish you articulated it a little bit harder there because I can't hear you, and I got headphones on, so. But that's not a Jonathan Majors thing exclusively. That's a modern day acting thing. It can be very frustrating where I'm like, I just need subtitles right now because I don't know what you said, man. And I'm just going off the body language at this point.
Regarding his performance, because I think he's next up, and a lot of people are kind of like, ordaining him as next up. He did a really good choice that I enjoyed when he was explaining to Tom why it was important to him. His friend Mooring, that was his name, Carol Mooring, the only other friend that that had ever visited his home.
Yeah.
And he was working with him to try to get him to kind of like overcome sticking to these guidelines in order to find his success.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think Jesse Brown's character is very proud, I think that was his way of saying maybe he felt like a little bit of guilt because by him listening to that advice and using instincts instead of using kind of like by the book, if he went by the book, he would have lived.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that was a really powerful scene because you can feel a bit of the apology in it. And it wasn't on the nose. It was just this explanation. And there wasn't like this whole thing. It wasn't a thing about it. It was like a conversation between men, between warriors.
Yeah.
And his being like, this is a bit on me.
Yeah.
I thought that was the best scene for Jesse, for Jonathan Majors, for me in that moment in the movie. I thought that was excellently done. Those choices were brilliant.
For some odd reason, that hat thing really moved me. I don't know why. That messed me up. I don't know why. I think it's because it's a callback to the beginning, like when he dropped it. I forgot exactly what Tom said, but something about always being ready and because you never know when you're going to need it.
Yeah.
That was the only time you saw him use it, was to give it to him. I was just like, I don't know why they like messed me up. It's just, but it did. This is a movie I feel like I would recommend to people. It's well paced for the story it's telling. It's not trying to rush through anything. It's letting moments breathe. It allows you to really feel like you're experiencing this. Because like I remember at one point I moused over to like change the volume so I could hear you. I saw the runtime and I was like, oh, we're only an hour into this movie. Like part of me was like, yo, this might feel like a long movie, but that thought never crossed my mind as we were going past that.
Yeah.
And I realized that it was just me really feeling like I'm in the trenches with these guys. One thing I was expecting that never showed up was some sort of patch between the jerks that they got into a fight with in France. I for some reason I was half expecting some kind of conversation or something to come up. Like when Tom ends up, back at with the tents and stuff like that, and they see each other for the first time. I'm immediately like thinking, surely you're gonna have a conversation and you guys are gonna find a way to go get him, right? Go get Jesse. Like that's the next part, right?
Right.
But that's Hollywood. And so what actually happens is they don't say shit to each other and they don't rescue Jesse. It's too real.
Yeah.
It's I have no idea how much artistic licensing was taken. So
yeah, and we also don't know, there's always something left on the editing room floor.
Sure, that's true.
Maybe there was like
no, you're right. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Nod. So. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of looking for that a little bit too. The only thing, I'll tell you another moment that kind of pulled me out of it was when they fly by and the bullets are whizzing and they're in, no
that's
man's
a Negro
land. He's
pilot.
Like, I was like, how the hell can you see that, my guy?
I can't believe
I'm like, yo, you got some great eyes, man.
I wish they didn't have that. I wish they didn't have that. That was pushing it a little bit for me. Because I asked you what he said, and then when you told me, I'm like, that's dumb. That's weird.
I'm like, what? You can see that? Okay.
Why did you need that? Why did you need that? Like, even if it was really said, I would have taken it out. I remember I was interviewing, his name is R. Madhavan. He's an actor, writer, director from India. He did this movie that was based on a true story, and he said that some of the things that actually happened were so preposterous that we had to remove it from the movie, even though it actually happened. And that is a moment right there where I'm like, even if it actually happened, it seems preposterous. You should have taken it out.
No. I was gonna say like when the movie started, inspired by true events. Like you should always take that with a grain of sand regarding any historical piece. I don't care what it is. Inspired by true events, not beat for beat. This is what happened. You gotta be careful with that.
It kind of hurt my soul a little bit when you explained to me what he said. It's like, the plane is whizzing by. You're seeing, like, really?
This little bit right here. That's pretty much all you can see.
Like, Didn't they know about each other already, like from the ship, or was it a completely separate crew? Because I thought they all rode together. I'm confused.
Yeah, they did. They rode together, and then that's when the guy said the comment, and then when Jesse came back and just gave him the long stare as he's handing the letter off, that's when they first met.
Yeah.
So they were just picking him up. You know what would have worked? If he happened to see Jesse getting out of the plane, and each plane is marked, with that number, and be like, oh, number 22 or whatever the plane number is, they'll just let anybody in the Army. And then when the plane flies by and you can see the numbers, be like, is that 22?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah,
that would have worked a lot better because judging all that from like flying by.
This little bit at like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah. Come on, man.
It's like, wow,
like,
you got maybe the adrenaline.
Yeah,
maybe
I don't know. You got snow going by, and it's like
bullets whizzing by.
Yeah, like really. They really felt the need.
Of course, we say all that in jest. We're just having fun. We're having fun with the movie.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh my gosh.
I liked everything the movie had done. I just like the pacing, because you don't really get this that often. That shot that we were talking about earlier where Jonathan Majors was saying all that stuff for the first time for us for the first time. I feel like there's not a lot of opportunities where we get that with a minority. First off. Second, we don't get that in general. Like, where it just holds on an actor like that. And it reminds me of something I heard about of, I forgot the director's name, Bergman. Ingmar Bergman is the filmmaker, the Swedish filmmaker. There was a movie I saw of his a while back. I might have mentioned this before on the channel, but there was an actress delivering a monologue. It's this 6-minute long take, straight to camera. Now, this is back in the black and white film days. This wasn't cheap. This was like, this was a move he was committed to. It held so long, I almost found myself getting a little bored watching this movie back in the day. First off, I'm watching this today. This was for a different audience, right? And secondly, that was not done. Like, him holding that shot for 6 minutes on this lady was just not done. That was breaking filmmaking rules at the time. And that's why it was special. And so immediately I was thinking of that shot when I saw holding on Jonathan Majors. I was just like, we don't see this very often. We don't, like, if we do, it's usually on a white character. But like, we don't get to just see a black man's face that way, just expressing an emotion, a feeling. You know what I mean?
I was pulled out a little bit because our cinema brain kind of kicks in. Yeah. The only thing that I can compare it to, and I thought they were kind of going to go there, was Brad Pitt in Fight Club. There's a moment where he breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, the film almost breaks. Yeah,
and the film's kind of like almost breaks, almost goes off the hinges, or whatever it is. And it's super intense. It's a dope moment.
Yeah,
and I thought that we might have been kind of going in that direction. But what you're saying regarding that old scene, breaking the mold, I'm sure it was brilliant because that actor got a chance, or actress got a chance to really work, like really work and use that tool. But I appreciate watching Jonathan Majors do it because he had a lot of complexity in that. You can see him processing it, especially when he was trying to get himself back together again. I thought that was like really, really dope. And I was like, they're gonna freaking Fight Club this bad boy and then make the camera shake or just something with intensity. But they didn't, they just left us and let us sit with it and be like, okay, all right, well, we got to see, Jonathan Majors do him.
I wonder how it feels as Jonathan Majors to like look at that, because it's just it's up in your grill, man. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just this right here. Like I said, you don't get to look at minorities that way very often in film. And so like, can you think of an instance where you've seen an Asian like that, or a Mexican like that, or anyone not white? Like you mentioned Brad Pitt in Fight Club. That's a white dude. And I don't usually like to drone on about those kinds of things. I'm not big on like woke stuff. I don't give a shit, honestly. But like, I do recognize that, like, like that's different. That's an opportunity that we don't get very often to get inside his soul. And we don't even understand what we're doing there. Like he's saying these things that are awful and we have no idea why, but we're in a very intimate space with him,
Did it make you feel a little uncomfortable?
Absolutely.
A little bit, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I was hurting for him because I'm like, well, I know that these are things that were said to him, but I have no idea why he's saying it. I just felt pain in that moment. I was just confused, but also fascinated.
You say something too, and I'm sitting here, I'm going through my list, and you don't really see that with minorities. The only other thing that I could think of that pops up at the top of my head was Denzel Washington in Malcolm X. Just before he dies, there's a scene where Spike Lee does his shot that he's known for, right? He'll put a person on a cart, put the camera in, and then they move the cart.
Yeah.
And you can see Denzel processing what he is going through, but you're distracted by what's going on in the background because the background is kind of like making this surreal kind of feeling. But this, you didn't get that. You know, you were focused on just Jonathan Majors. It is a little uncomfortable. It's more uncomfortable than that Malcolm X shot that I'm just talking about, because your brain can find solace in looking at the things move by him.
Yeah.
But with that shot, I mean, you can't run from it. You can't escape from it. You have to literally look into his eyes.
Yeah.
You can't. Like, you almost feel offended to look away. It feels like he's staring at you. You know, that's a really powerful shot. They should do that more.
Yeah.
You know, and not everybody can pull it off. Like you are an actor, and I've taken acting classes as well. And one of the things you learn are the subtleties, you know, the difference between like being on a live stage and being in the camera, and you cannot make big movements. You have to tell this story with subtlety. It's not an easy thing to do. You have to really hone your craft to do that.
I'm glad you brought up Spike Lee. I kind of hate that shot that he does, but it's the Spike Lee shot. That's his signature shot. You know, he created that, and it's not too many filmmakers who can say they created a shot. So I gotta give him that. But I do remember him using that in a movie with Clive Owen, where Clive Owen is a bank robber. I forgot the name of the film. But he uses that Spike Lee shot, and it's just on Denzel's face as Denzel's like moving towards the bank real fast, except he's not running. He's just on the cart, the dolly, as the camera's moving. But yeah, that is an instance where it's just like really on his face tight, but nothing's happening. He's just moving towards the bank. Like, this was a monologue without a monologue in a way. Yeah. Where, you know what I mean? It just, like I said, the best word I can describe for it is intimate. It is very, very intimate in a way that we are not often privy to. I thought it was a well-made film. I wish that it rewrote history and gave me the Hollywood version.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's like you said, it's one of those films that I'm glad I watched it. Yeah. You know, I don't know how much replay it has. You know, if it's one of them FX specials and it's on, you know, I don't know, I'll finish it out. Yeah. It's good enough. It's good enough to recommend.
Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this. And make sure to follow SYNTELL with the Intel on youtube.com/SYNTELL, please. And subscribe, hit that bell icon, all notifications. Pretty please vote this up. And if you're watching this on Patreon and memberships, thanks so much for supporting us here. I really appreciate y'all. I'm Jabby Koay. This is...
Hey, it's your boy SYNTELL.
Peace out.